Hi, I'm Selena for Who is Jesus Today. How's it going, world? Today I'm going to tell you a little more about myself and present to you my position and stance on the topic. I like to say, first and foremost, I've like a whole lot of people, I've had more than one type of career so far in my lifetime. And I began doing office work and all of those great things, and receptionist, customer service, and I was very young. When I was very young, I'm not saying I'm not any longer young, but yeah, I mean like more fresh out of, say, high school, before even embarking on college. I began to work, right away, and I'm glad I did, because I learned a lot about, I developed some skills on how to deal with people, because when I got into the customer service industry, oh boy, yeah, you could imagine what that is like when you're working with it was even furniture, some insurance, so on and so on. But fast forwarding to my life now, and I would say in the last at least, more than a decade, I felt such a passion to help people to improve and develop. And so I felt, after getting through some college coursework and doing my final degree in education, I have a passion for giving instruction, and I also enjoy working with different types of students. And what I mean by that is I've worked at an alternative school. I work with kids that had, say, a low literacy. I work with nonverbal kids, kids, of course, with disabilities, IEPs. I also worked in Colombia with older young adults that were really affected by the more than 50-something year conflict of FARC in those southwest of regions of Colombia. So I liked working with different types of students, different types of disparities, as well as working with young people to improve their English at a university, and students from all over the world, from just about to say every continent. And I'm very passionate about that too. So as you can sense now, yeah, my life has been a lot to work with people, and I have learned a lot from people. And no one can teach you and prepare you, I think, to just be a functional in life more than who? Us. People. And all kinds of people. But I have to say, there's been a big shift in my life concerning career options and in the world of education. Because you see, as an educator and as a Bible-believing educator, I have to take a position on certain things. You see, I understand that we should be creating in our classrooms an inclusive environment, non-threatening for all types of students from different backgrounds. And that also includes kids who are struggling with their gender identity. I get that. They should not be bullied, and no one should. So if you are really a caring, efficient educator in a classroom, you need to have a classroom that is inclusive and where all students can come in and feel it's a safe learning space. But what I will not do is be coerced, and even seems like force, into encouraging students to not believe that they are who they are in their God-given identity at birth. Now, there's a difference in being supportive in a person's struggles and being non-threatening and making sure they have all the equal opportunities and rights that anyone else would have, regardless of how they look or how they see themselves or what is their sexual orientation, right, and preferences, even regarding their identity. But as a teacher, I cannot let myself be forced into taking on those opinions regarding their gender identities upon myself as if it's my own belief system as well. No, because that's a disrespect to me as a teacher. And let me tell you, I love helping young people to succeed and become their best. Yes, I like to be around young people because they also keep me young, okay? You don't have to take that, say so seriously. That's also a little humor. But what I, at this stage in my life, refuse to do is to allow myself to be forced into believing something that I don't believe about someone else's perceived identity. See, there's a difference in allowing people to be them and you be you. But when you are now going to tell a person that you are a threat to me or someone's going to threaten your livelihood because you do not fully bow to their belief systems about themselves or whatever is the popular trend in society, you're not asking me anymore to just accept you as an equal human being and to treat you right, to do unto you as I would like you to do unto me. What you are saying is that, no, I need to now erase what I think and believe and what's my convictions, what's my reality. That should be erased now, and you need to embrace how I see myself. And if I say to you, even though you're looking at a girl in the classroom, and the parents are saying, but no, she's really a boy, and that's how you should also see them. That is impossible. What I really see them as a girl who doesn't feel like she's a girl, but she feels like she's a boy. And because she does, honestly, I intend to give that student the same amount of love that I would give to students who do not have her identity or say her feelings about her identity, or who is not a part of that community. You cannot use these words like equity, inclusion, equality, and social justice to keep trying to push it along as if it's all about people with disparities, when now we're seeing, like it's just really swinging into one direction. And it's just about people's gender identity. No way would an efficient teacher single out the students that have a different sexual orientation from their own to shame them and to put them down in the classroom. But by the same token, you cannot expect teachers to bow to this indoctrination and to take these beliefs as their own. Right? I mean, it's just as simple as that. You are who you think you are, okay? I know who I am, and I know who I believe in and what I believe. And so while you want to make the classroom, as we say, very safe and inclusive for all types of students, how about making the schools again safe and inclusive for all types of educators? Not just in appearance, but also in how they believe and how they identify themselves. How about making the schools also a safe space for teachers like myself and others to be able to come to school with joy, to love and to help their students to learn and to develop? I mean, who wants to spend like half of the day in their curriculum and lesson plans and literature about a gender identity when kids need to learn reading, math, social studies, science, Common Core skills. What happened to that? See, I haven't been in school, so what happened to the Common Core? I was trained in this. I was trained to teach language arts. Okay? Not about agenda, identity. Okay? A teacher, you are looking at me today, okay? World, anyone that passes by. Do you have any questions about who I am as far as my gender? I mean, are you really out there? I mean, honestly, there isn't anyone that's going to think I'm anything except who I am. That's a woman. There's nothing to prove. I don't have to give you, I don't need to give you any pronoun because you're convinced. You're convinced. Anywhere in the world, you're convinced she's a woman. Okay? And yeah, and so when you see someone, you can see who they are. And I understand that there are those that are going to say, no, you may see me this way, but I don't feel that way. And because you don't feel that way, and I'm saying this as if I was in a class with also young people, because you don't feel that way, it doesn't mean that I feel that way along with you, but I will respect you for how you see yourself, but you cannot expect me to see the same. But like every other student, you have a right for a safe learning environment and a non-threatening environment. And as a teacher, so do I, and all the other teachers in the United States of America and the world. Our students and teachers equally need a safe space to function. Teachers also should not be bullied from students, parents, administrators, because they don't bow to a certain agenda. But we are required to respect everyone in our learning environment, regardless of who they are, what they believe, what's their religion, or if they don't believe in God at all. That's part of the training. That's part of the training. That should be really the training. I mean, that's the training, right? Say corporate America, whatever. Right? That's the protocol. And so because of that, I want to give a talk today because this agenda I'm not going to be flowing with in that way, and I look for other venues to help people to learn and grow. And I'm gonna think of some more ways, but I wasn't trained to spend half of my day or more trying to support as someone in that respect that they're not feeling like they are their gender, and spend all this time on pronouns. That's a part of speech. That's a grammar, and that's where it belongs. But I'm not into bowing, say, down to pronouns, And so, as this video goes out there, we want to give our students safe learning spaces, and also our teachers. No one should feel threatened in the education system, but a lot of people do, especially now, because of the system that's being pushed. And yes. So that's what I want to say about that. And let me tell you, that's why I am not in the schools at this time. I have not felt led to go back at this time, but certainly I have not shut down myself to helping how I can. Educators out there, there's different ways, of course, and different, say, venues that can be birthed to continue to do what you love to do best, and that is to instruct and to teach and to help young people to be their best. And so, and so I pray that maybe we will have more of a growing community, especially for us educators that want to obey the Word of God. Yes, we're called to love on people, but we're called not to bow to the gods of this world. Okay? And so, with that being said, maybe in the, say, upcoming future at some point, it would be great to have a community of us that are really feeling the same way, and to rally together and to become a voice that, yes, by all means, inclusive environments in the classroom, but make sure that your teachers also feel safe and they're not feeling threatened as well to be who they are and to have their God-given right to live out their convictions as a free citizen as well. Those are my thoughts. And today, much love to all of you wonderful, hardworking teachers out there and educators, where we can say that they don't seem to want to pay us a whole lot of times of the work that goes into what we do, and for me, what I have done. But I honor you, okay? And hopefully we can stand up more for each other in what seems at times like a hostile world for us as teachers, educators, who are just trying to do our best to help others to be their best, right? I think we can all agree on that, at least most of us. And if you can't, then I don't know why you have ever been in the business of being a teacher in the first place. So that's it for now, everyone, and thank you for listening today. Be nice to hear some of your opinions, and until next time, shalom.